You are watching the Rocky Road Productions Porch Talk Podcast. Guess what, y'all? It's episode 41, the Love and Success Edition, with myself, Rocky Road, Diana, Big Fella, and Shelby the Great. So Diana wasn't able to make it today. We wish her well. We'll see her next time. As our viewers, you help make the show great. So please like, share, and comment. You can stream our podcast on Apple, Google, Spotify, iHeart, Radio Public, and more. So, no one expects to die at the hands of anyone they love or have loved for that matter. But, Lord rest her soul, that seems to be the situation for mother and grandmother, Miss Sheila Prater. My love and condolences goes to her family and loved ones. And we're going to play her video to kind of tell the story. Well, we'll get to that in a minute. After the interview, we're going to have some interesting conversation if we get to it, but I'm thinking this is going to be a good one. So you're going to want to share with everybody because you know what? We have children and we have to raise our children up so we will have a better society. And we have to make sure that we're giving them a healthy environment, showing them how to love one another, keeping them out of dysfunction as much as possible. I mean, we all have our dysfunctions that we have grown up with. So sometimes it can be complicated, but we do the best we can. And it's our responsibility to share even the hard truths of life. And that's what we're doing here today. And so I hope you guys really enjoy the show that we have for you. Miss Tiara, are you in here?
Yeah, we just can't see her. Turn on her video.
Turn on your video, love. Can you see her?
She's in the room, but her visual is not on.
Okay. I'm sending a message now. Okay. All right. Is the video up? Up. Look, we have Big Fella.
Welcome.
Y'all bear with us. We're trying to make sure we get her in here. She's here, but the video's not on yet.
Now, this is the daughter?
Yes, this is the daughter.
Okay.
Yep, and she's going to tell her story. And I think that's amazing. I appreciate her for reaching out. What's going on, Big Fella? How you doing?
Good.
That's good.
Maintain.
Well, that's all you can do. You know what I'm saying?
What's your plans for tomorrow, man?
This family, right. Man. You know, I don't celebrate holidays.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. All right, okay. I feel you on that one right there. So I guess I ain't going to follow up with what you cooking.
Nah.
Okay. All right. Because that's the only thing that really matters is what food being cooked.
Now, I'm not saying I don't partake. You know.
Oh, well, tell the whole story then.
Right.
No, I'm not. When I say I don't celebrate it. I don't put up nothing.
You don't make an effort.
Yeah, I don't do it, but because my family still celebrates it and that's the time to get with family, I'll still go where they at and partake in the food.
Right. I mean, this is the best potato salad gonna get in July.
See, that's what I'm saying.
But I ain't never been no big potato salad guy, though.
Okay.
Yeah, don't say that too loud.
Yeah, and being black.
I don't understand.
I think I understand the problem. You don't want it in your beard. But listen, because it wouldn't look right with it in your beard. You know, potato salad in your beard, it look really kind of funny. They be like, what you been doing?
Like, where you just come from?
Is that why I don't really care for macaroni and cheese?
Definitely you don't care for macaroni and cheese. Could you imagine drool of macaroni? Anyway, that's nasty. I'm sorry.
You know what? That's right. It is 4th of July. And that is important. Mm-hmm. So I want you guys to drop in the comments
what you
cooking. We can go with that. But even more so, are you celebrating it? Because we should have been celebrating Juneteenth. You know, now that we're aware of what's going on. And I understand those who are not trying to celebrate July 4th. So let us know if you're celebrating.
We ain't gonna talk about Juneteenth. We ain't gonna get it out.
Are we?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to cue up the video.
The video is cute, man.
Okay, and we're going to play the video, y'all, so y'all can see what's going on.
Ma'am.
And we'll be back.
At the messages.
Yeah.
An Oak Cliff grandmother is being described as a loving, compassionate woman. She was found murdered in her home during the weekend. Sheila Prater was found dead in her home at about 10:30 Sunday night. Prater's adult son found her body. Police say the mother of 2, grandmother of 5, died of homicidal violence.
The moment I pulled up, I was on the phone with dispatch, and they helped keep me calm all the way up until the point of me going in. I had to know, I had to see, I had to act.
Prater, police say, died of homicidal violence.
She always been so loyal to me and do anything I ask, her to do.
And can understand why. Why now? Why like this?
Hi, Miss Tiara. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How you doing?
I am doing very well. I am so glad that you are with us today.
Yes, ma'am. Pardon my children in the back. I'm actually getting my prescription filled at the moment.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Right. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
I'm trying.
Oh, yeah. I understand, honey. I've got 3 of my own. Matter of fact, I got to pick up a prescription myself, to be honest. So I'm glad you said that. I'm going to have to do that after the show. But at any rate, it's real brave of you to come on and talk about this, that being your mom. I know that had to be a very devastating situation to have to deal with. And
Yes,
so could you go ahead and just tell us, like, how does this all go about and, like, what's really going on,
Well, needless to say, and pardon me, first let me say that everything that I'm going to say, because the case is still open, I'm going to say that the party involved, the accuser, per se, everything is an accusation. Let me say that, okay?
Okay.
I won't say, the saying, you're guilty until proven innocent. So, you're innocent until proven guilty, pardon me. I guess, look, in my head, I guess I'm just saying it the other way around.
Yep.
Understandable.
But, needless to say, on March the 3rd of 2019, a guy by the name of Victor Williams, he took my mother. He was dating my mother. They were off and on ever since I was a baby. And if I may be transparent, in all honesty, even when I was a baby and she was dating him, he was a drug addict. But my mother, she had a very welcome and loving heart, And so she was one of those that kind of felt like she could change someone. And he took her on her last date on March the 3rd. He took her to Town East Mall here in Mesquite, Texas, and took her on a date to her favorite restaurant, which was Cheddar's. And unfortunately, he took her home, and she decided to tell him that they needed to separate due to the previous abuse, because 3 days before, she had posted on Facebook that he held her hostage for about 4 hours, and before he murdered her, he made her delete the post. And so he takes her home, and all I know is that when I woke up, my brother was calling me off the hook. And so he told me to sit down, and that's when he told me that he just found out Mom shot to death. And so After that, I was contacted by the detectives, I was contacted by the detectives, and they told me that they had him and let him go. And because of the post that was deleted by her, I actually had screenshotted it. Something just told me to screenshot it, and because of that screenshot, they went back and rearrested him.
Oh, wow.
Oh, thank God.
Thank God.
So, yeah. And so, currently to this day, he's still saying he didn't do it, but let me first say, I'm not sure if I'm able to speak about religion on here.
Say whatever you gotta say, baby.
I want y'all to know, and everybody to know, that God is good, and he has a way of revealing everything.
Oh,
because
it's okay.
When that happened, he tried to run. I'm sorry.
No, you okay. Take your time. Take your time. We got time.
He tried to run, and the police tracked him down. The car that he was in had my mom's blood in it. So God turned everything around where they were only about to give, well, I won't even say they were about to give him. According to the district attorney, they only wanted to give this man 6 months of rehab for murdering my mom. But because they found evidence, they're able to proceed with prosecuting him. So I'm just really grateful to God, I really am. And I know a lot of people don't take domestic violence as serious as they should. A lot of people feel like maybe I should mind my business, or, a lot of people don't want people in their business. But when it hits home, y'all, it's so different. My mom and I used to watch First 48 every day together. And she would say, I don't want to be a victim. I would hate to leave my children. And when it happened, it's like you left with a, if I could have, if I had have, you deal with that regret because you feel like you could have saved that person,
Mm-hmm.
And when you don't, it's hard to live with that. Like, trust me, it was like 2 days before that happened to her. And someone had asked me randomly, like, how's your mom doing? And I told them, I won't even lie, I had myself in the way. And it was more so like, oh, I'm not going to call her because the guy she with, he abuses her and she deals with it. But had I known, I would have picked up the phone and called her, But, I said I was not going to get on her crying.
Hard not to.
It's all right.
I'm so sorry.
No, you have nothing to apologize for. You take your time.
It's just hard. It's really hard. Like, I suffered depression for a year straight, and I was actually married up until the day of my mom's funeral. I went through a domestic violence myself because I went to her funeral. And so there's just been a lot going on between harassment from the family and the trial coming up. It's like, how can you have the nerve to harass me when your family member took my mom's life,
Right.
But a lot of people are really heartless, and, a lot of people have a lot to say about it, like, oh, why didn't she get a guard dog? Or why didn't she do this? Or why didn't she do this? But until you're held in your room with a gun by a guy who doesn't care if he lives or dies, you can't say what you'll do in that situation,
That is so true. Yep.
And so, with that being said, like, it's a sad experience, but it's strengthening at the same time, but it's also made me more aware of what's going on in the world and around me. And it's also made me want to speak up more, because if I can just save one person, like, that's all I want,
Yeah.
Like, it just takes, if I start with one, then that one can save somebody else, and then that other one can save somebody else. It'll be a world full of saved victims. And don't think domestic violence just goes on with women, because it goes on with men too.
Yes, please speak on it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so I just want to bring awareness to everyone, because, again, until you've been in that situation, it's hard to cope. But I just want anyone who's in the situation to take it from someone who's been in domestic violence and also lost a very close relative / a mom due to domestic violence. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. He's not worth it. She's not worth it. You know, if you feel like it's love, then it's not worth it, because love doesn't hurt. I don't care what people try to, portray it as. Love doesn't hurt, because if God loves me and he doesn't hurt me, who are you?
Right.
It's like, who are you? I don't have to accept anything. You can't tell me you love me and you're bruising me and blackening my eyes and, separating me from my family. That's toxic. And so you just got to be careful and, be aware of the signs while you can. Because when it's too late, it's too late.
So he was the last person she was with.
Mm-hmm.
They found blood in his car.
Yes, ma'am.
And he's still saying he didn't do it.
Yes, ma'am. Like, till this day, he will, according to the district attorney, he's going above and beyond to say that it's not him, though they have evidence now. He's still with a straight face like, nope, I didn't do it. Nope, I didn't do it. That wasn't me. That was her ex. Like, they've even gotten to the point, I won't lie, it made me upset. They've gotten to the point of trying to make her look like the bad guy. Like, oh, well, she was dating a guy before, and, she had numerous accounts of domestic violence. I wouldn't care if she got abused the day before. That doesn't validate him for what he did,
Right.
But they don't seem to see it that way. They don't seem to see it that way.
Well, yeah, because they treat people just like numbers. It's a case, and their thing is to win the case at all costs, despite your feelings. And it's crazy. Can you explain where you live? You don't have to give.
Yes, ma'am. I live in Dallas, Texas.
Okay. And when did this incident occur?
This was March the 3rd, 2019.
My God.
How far is Kylene? You said Kylene, Texas, where it happened at? Or you said Dallas? What'd you say? What city you said it actually happened in?
Yeah, it happened in Dallas.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir. It happened in Dallas.
Now, my question is, you said that at first they told him that he has to do 6 months of rehab. Like, if they found that he was, like, why did they say he had to do rehab? If they found him, thought he was guilty of anything at all, why would they not initially try to prosecute him for
him the prosecution?
Yeah, and just say you got to go to rehab. I mean, it wasn't a traffic ticket,
right?
Right. That alone, that I'm not gonna lie, that when they made that statement that they were gonna do rehab, I went off because I felt like, and it's nothing against, I'm not trying to sound, racial or anything of the sort. I'm just speaking on what goes on in my hometown, okay? I feel like if my name was probably Becky or Susie, they would care more. But, as they say, we're urban and we're in an urban neighborhood and things like this happen all the time. Pretty much how I take that is, things like this happen in the hood all the time. So, get over it. And I feel like that's why they gave him that slap on the wrist of 6 months of rehab, because, you just want us to be quiet, if that makes sense. Like, we got to give them something so the family won't complain. You know what I mean? I don't even think they care how much.
I've never heard of a situation where somebody's died,
right,
and somebody is getting rehab. This ain't a DUI.
Yeah,
this ain't a drinking problem.
Right. He didn't run a stoplight. You know what I mean?
He took a life.
Yeah, took a life. What they
yes,
doing down there in Dallas?
I feel like, and then it was more so premeditated, because you killed her with her own gun. Ooh. And you shot her over 3 times in her head.
Oh man. Oh yeah.
Oh, he's a sick mother.
I want to know, how do he explain one of her exes getting in his car though?
Right.
Thank you. Like how can you explain that? You can't explain that whatsoever. You can't make it make sense. You can't do anything. It shouldn't have even took them having to do all that research. Her post alone that he made her delete alone was enough. Like, right. She even told us that she called for police days before, and they came out and arrested her and not him.
What?
Yes, and he had actually beat her up that day.
Wait, I don't.
Yeah, you might have to repeat that.
Yes, say that again. Rewind that. Say that again.
Oh, yeah. Look, I'm gonna break it down for y'all too. My mom actually called the police the day that he held her in the room for hours. Okay, and she called the police for help. Do you know when the police came out? My mom was beat up, bruised. He had blood on his hands, and they arrested my mom because he lied and said she did that to her own house. This man had kicked in my mom's door. Her face was beat up and everything. But they took my mom and not him.
What?
That whole police department need to be fired.
Yeah. They need to, I don't know what's going on in Dallas.
Everybody needs to be let go.
That's insane.
For real.
What city? What county is that? I mean, like
it's in Dallas. It's Dallas County. Dallas like the whole County. Dallas Police Department.
That's oh my God. I mean. And the police force down there they're pretty chocolate down there.
Right.
You know, so you would expect that they would kind of be a little bit more, a little bit more aggressive when it comes to that,
No, seriously. And I even said, I feel like if it was more so a thing where, okay, y'all don't want to do it. And I'm trying to watch what I say at the same time. But however, this is my mom, so I don't even care how it come out. Mm-hmm. If I was to the
don't mess
point
up
of
your case, though.
Right, I'm not friends. Mm-hmm. But if I wanted to just say, as the little urban term, as they call it, if I wanted to hold court in the streets,
For sure.
I'm just saying, y'all act like y'all want us to, because you don't care to put this man away. You don't care what happened to her. Y'all just trying to find every reason to make her the bad guy, as if this man has not been abusive. He was on parole when this happened.
What?
Okay.
Yes. He was on parole when this happened for a credit card fraud, abuse from other women. Like, this isn't his first time.
So this is a pattern.
Yeah.
See, that's what I was just about to ask. Yeah. What was the previous? So you saying he's been to jail and been in trouble before for abuse to other women prior?
Yes, sir, because I know he was going to jail back when I was a baby. Like, I remember, out of all her exes, I made sure to remember him because he used to steal the necklaces off my neck. He used to beat us. He beat my mom. He used to whoop us before we went to school. I know kids get spankings, but the way he whooped us, it just wasn't, it shouldn't have been allowed, And
they was about to get him 6 months of rehab. After all that history.
Yeah.
After all that, friend, like, seriously. And that, it just made me shut down with Dallas Police Department, which is why now when I have an issue, I don't call them. I just handle it, because what are they going to do?
Right.
What can they do?
Now, that's crazy when you don't even feel like you can call the police in the city. Like, that's stupid.
And their police department is of color. And they don't care.
Yeah, Dallas is pretty chocolate.
I mean, what is it? Do they not want to do paperwork? Like, what is this shit about?
I think that's more so what it is. Like, we just need to hurry up and get this case out the way. It's been almost 2 years. It's starting to just be how can I put it? Let's just get it over and done with kind of thing to them. If it's not their people, it's just, this just another young lady who was murdered by a guy she should have left alone, in their words,
Back to something you said earlier, something that I'm still trying to wrap my mind around understanding. You said his family was harassing you.
Yes. Actually,
I just don't even get that.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, up until I had to get my number changed. I moved countless times. It's hectic, like some stuff, because a lot of my family, they kind of stay to themselves, but I do kind of like social media and kind of like neighborhood local modeling and stuff. So I know a few people, and me going to school in Dallas, I know people as well. So people know people, and it's messed up because even though it's a bad situation for my mom, You know, people are upset because their uncle's about to get time or their relative or friend is about to get time, in their words. So, you know, people are feeling a type of way in which, you know, I won't even say it's understandable, but I'm just hoping that
it's not
at all.
I don't care if it was my brother or my cousin. If you're on trial for murder, I'm sorry. I'm not about to get riled up and go mess with somebody else's family and you didn't kill somebody.
Right.
If anything, I'm gonna be calling them, asking them, do they need anything? Are you all right?
But it shows the mentality of these people. It really does. It shows the mentality, and that's sick.
It does.
I mean, you talking about a murderer, an abuser, and an addict. Allegedly a murderer. I'm sorry. Allegedly.
Right.
An abuser, of which you witnessed firsthand, and an addict. I wouldn't have no tickets for that Negro. You could literally run him over with a semi. It wouldn't make me any fucking difference.
And I
don't apologize for and back up and then go again. And then maybe you should get out and then shoot his corpse 3 times and roll over that bitch again.
Give him a kick.
Because that is just
like the
outrageous.
It's ass backwards, y'all.
That's the Detroit way right there.
Just imagine trying to keep your peace and your sanity through stuff like this, you know. It's not easy.
And you're a mother too, and you have to be there for your children. Yeah, that's a lot.
Yes.
That's a lot.
Yes.
So.
Yes, and then her trial is actually in 2 weeks.
My God.
And I'm the only one haven't seen her body, like, you know, the way they found her.
Damn.
So,
do you have siblings?
I have one brother. The one, he actually is the one that found it. So he's been trying to keep me kind of guarded from seeing how she was when they found her. But, you know, with trial coming up, you can't really hide stuff like that. So
yeah.
So how is he coping? Like, I mean, is he? That's got to be a hard thing. I mean, because you can't unsee something like that.
Right.
So how is he dealing with that? Is he in therapy, or is he just doing the best he can right now, trying to hold everybody together?
You know, I'm just gonna say we're gonna pray for him.
Okay.
And we're gonna pray extremely heavy, like really heavy.
I won't even pretend to say I can imagine, because I can't, and I will definitely keep him in my prayers, and you as well. And
yes, ma'am.
I have a question for you, and I really don't want you to get offended. I just have a question. Is your dad alive?
Yeah, he girl, my dad actually has never been in my life, okay?
Okay.
And this isn't to make him look bad or nothing like that, but at the end of the day, because of what he wrote me, he deserves this nice publicity. That nice fella decided to write me, because my mother passed away out the blue, you know, I had a balloon release for her. It kind of my way of coping.
Okay.
I didn't feel the need to explain that to him because, you know, he would never understand. But, you know, even though he hasn't been there, I still took the initiative to write him. But I guess I wrote him too late. So he wrote me like, I see you didn't tell me about your mom's balloon release. And he called me out of my name numerous times and told me that's why he didn't think I was his child in the first place. And he had the nerve to say, "Go, Victor, go," which is the guy who killed my mom.
Oh, wow.
What?
What is in the water down there?
I don't want to say nothing.
Yeah.
I don't want to say nothing bad about him. I had to catch my tongue, honey, because I was going to say something very nasty.
He from Dallas as well?
Yes, he's from Dallas. Well, you know what? I'm going to just keep you know what?
That's
I was going to say his nice name. But you know what? Mr. Robert really did have his nerve that day because...
Yeah, no, put him on blast. That's crazy, man.
Okay, Mr. Robert Lewis, a.k.a. Hootie, a.k.a. my biological father, he had the nerve, and, like, I have screenshots and everything, y'all. Like, this man really wrote me numerous days, even the day of her funeral, like, F your mom, she deserved to die. I hope she doesn't get justice and, like stuff like that. And this is my real dad, y'all.
Well, I hope someone sticks a metal rusty rod up his ass.
No, don't say that.
No, seriously.
No, I do. I mean that. I don't give a fuck.
We're not going to.
Yeah, we're not advocating violence.
Yeah, we're not going to. We're not going to tell
I'm not
anybody.
advocating violence, y'all.
We're not going to tell anybody to make a mistake and hit
But
him
what
in
I
the head.
will tell you,
We ain't gonna tell nobody.
We're not
going to
tell anybody to,
if you're serving this individual and his meal happened to brush the floor,
I mean, if you so happen to pass him in the street and he catches an elbow,
right?
You know,
and knock out his fronts. You know,
Look,
we're not telling you to do
Yeah,
that.
we're not telling you. We're not advocating. Rocky Road Production does not advocate
No,
the
not at
violence
all.
of any other human being and or animal.
That's right.
However,
That's right.
deadbeats, we're gonna have to do something about that. We're gonna have to put an asterisk behind
No,
that.
that's past.
crazy.
That's past.
That's really foul.
That's past
really foul.
deadbeat.
Yeah, that's foul.
Yeah.
Deadbeat just ain't being around. He actually trying to stick a fork in it and just
Yeah, he's
turn it all around. Like that's
Yeah.
Like, how you
devilish
gonna
shit.
not be around and then say some stuff like that? Even if you were around, that don't give you the right.
That's pretty
yeah,
weak.
he's
That's
a
pretty
sick
weak
son
a
of
guy.
a bitch.
Yeah.
He's a sick German Shepherd.
Yeah. Oh wow. Wow. How do you? My question for you is, and nice to meet you, and thank you for
And nice
coming
to
on.
meet you.
And,
Yeah, you're so classy, honey.
Right, and this is a very, very big thing, for you to come out and talk. And I understand how difficult it may be, but what I want to understand is, what are you doing? You know what I mean? What's your day to day behind this? Because I want to know how a person who loses a parent in that violent way, how are you trying to cope? How are you coping? What is your coping mechanisms?
Well, I wake up. I'm a mom, so I stay busy. So
Yeah.
I attend cosmetology school, and I'm also a domestic violence advocate.
Good.
And I also am. I'm also a life coach for the youth.
Okay.
And so, pretty much I wake up, I pray. Now, don't get me wrong, I do have days, some days are easier than others.
Yeah.
Some days I wake up and it's like, okay, God, we got this. And some days I wake up, y'all, and it's like, if I could just see my mama and talk to my mama one more time, like, I don't even care how it have to happen, but God know my heart and he know I don't want to die. I just know it's just an empty feeling, so what I do, friend, I just, I pray and I occupy my mind. I play my gospel music. When I feel weak, I call my church members who are more like family than anything. And I just pray, friend. We pray the devil thoughts away and I continue my day. I have to stay busy. Like, I have to, because when I don't, like, an idle mind is the devil's workshop. So I have to make sure that I stay focused. And even my children, even though they don't know exactly what's going on, they have an idea. So they're there a lot to motivate me and say, Mama, you're going to be okay, right? I've cried on my 4-year-old daughter's chest so many times.
Wow.
But she's been an extreme support for me. She's been an extreme support, her and my son.
That's beautiful. I want to read you some of the comments. Big Wit is saying, thank God for the screenshot. Shanny is saying, I'm so sorry for your loss, baby girl. Big Wit.
Thank you.
Big Wit is saying, take your time. Shanny saying, God bless you and your babies.
Thank y'all.
Big Wit saying, it's the devil trying to win. Just keep giving God the glory and keeping the faith. Don't worry about his family. Their karma is coming.
Oh, we're going to church now.
Yes.
Shanny is church. Come on now.
Shanny is saying, thank you for being so brave and so strong and sharing your story.
Oh, y'all welcome.
And then Big Wit said, bad guy or not, she's not here to defend herself, so bring her justice. Amen.
Amen on that.
Yep. And let's see. Diana says, prayers definitely for you and your family. And Diana said, what the fuck is wrong with people?
Seriously.
What is wrong with people? God is really going to bless you for staying sane and keeping your faith through all of this. Keep smiling, and it's okay to cry. We love you. That's Big Whip.
Oh, thank y'all. I love y'all too. Y'all so homely.
Oh man, that's how we do.
Yeah, that's how we do. It's some good ones here in Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous, and because normally when I'm this is actually my first time speaking out.
Okay.
Oh wow.
And, yeah, this is my first time since that happened. Like normally when I'm asked about it, I just shut down the interview, like I don't want to do that,
Mm-hmm.
or I'm just not open to talk. But I really appreciate you all for helping me get through that, because there was a lot of anxiety.
I got one question. I know Big Fella probably got a question to ask, but I got a question. I'm sure that a lot of men want to know when it comes to a female that goes through something like that or witness something like this. How does this affect your outlook on men?
Ooh.
Oh, you know what? I won't even front with you. Like, a man gonna have to pull God down himself to verify that he is what he says he is before he even gets my phone number. Because I won't lie, like where my mind is like, Tiara, open up. You don't want to die lonely. My heart is like, your mom, she pretty much did. So, don't give a man the time of day. If he's worth it, he's willing to work for it. So it's going.
So you keeping that guard up,
pretty.
as a protection against because of this trauma that you experience, and that's so unfortunate. But I totally understand. That's a human emotion. Human reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's unfortunate too, because like I said, I don't want to end up missing what God has for me. I don't want to end up missing that. I just hope that whomever he is in the future just understands, like, she needs a little work, and she's healing from something she never thought she'd ever go through before, so just give me a lot of time.
Okay, yeah, take your time. Definitely take your time. I mean, the right one will understand and see through all that, and take you under and care as much as you need, But
don't take too much time.
Yeah, not forever.
Don't be 57 with 20 cats and all your kids that moved out.
Jesus.
You know what I'm saying? Before you let your guard down. But something I wanted to say was, as a fellow kid that experienced domestic violence against my mother, I can definitely understand how it affects you growing up, and I didn't it didn't get to the point where she lost her life, but I can understand watching that and seeing that growing up, and it take effect on you as you get older, to the point where I actually whooped a dude ass who was fighting with his girl in the first apartment I ever had. They lived upstairs, and I just got fed up and went up there and knocked on the door and whooped his ass because of what I seen happen to my mother. So it's definitely, there's different levels of courageousness, and you definitely are displaying a high level, just how your attitude is and how positive you is after experiencing something like that.
Exactly.
Especially in the way that it happened. I mean, like I got friends that lost their parents young, but it was like from natural causes or illness. But the way that you lost it's just courageous for you to be able to still have a mind frame and be positive for your kids, and you still being an example for them and everything.
What Big Fella really want to say? What Big Fella really want to say is that if you was a Detroit woman, you would have went and killed that nigga. That's basically what he want to say.
I'm just saying.
So the poise that you're showing and displaying.
I bully bullies.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he would have had to come see me.
Damn it, we gonna have to
get seen him.
We gonna get Big Fella with the shits t-shirt. It just seemed like today he just with the shits. He whipping people's ass upstairs. Goddamn,
Man, look.
with the shits.
I know women, and I'm not saying this about your mother. I'm speaking in general. I know women can get on guys' nerves and push their buttons verbally, and even be physical with them. Mm-hmm. But guys gotta be man enough to know that you can physically whoop her if you want to. So don't do it. Like
walk away.
You gotta be man enough to. If you want to call the police, call the police. You know what I'm saying? Don't go back and forth physical, because it's just like fighting a kid or fighting a baby. Like you're gonna win that. There's no point. There's no point in proving
so why
that.
Even?
Yeah, there's no point in proving that.
Yeah.
So, let me ask this question, and I don't want to assume, so that's why I'm asking. It sounds like he was getting upset. He was already crazy. I mean, ain't no denying that. He was crazy as a blind cat. But it sounds like that he was upset that he was losing his grasp on her, that she wanted to walk away.
Yeah, he felt that.
So he's like, you can't be with nobody outside of me, so I'm going to just take you up out of here. And what?
Yeah, see, because before she passed, she also sent around a group text, and she said, if anything ever happens to me, Victor Lamont Williams did it, and she put his birthday, and she said, he says he has nothing to lose, and he's gonna make my children motherless.
Oh man!
I just wish.
Well, there you
go. I wish when he took her to her favorite restaurant that she would have said what she said right then and there in public. Mm-hmm. Like in public,
right?
and called a ride or called the police or something. Mm-hmm. I wish she wouldn't have went back.
That's what I said.
Went back to the house.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Like, that's the part that I regret so much. Like, Mom was like, how you let, I don't know, maybe, I know she couldn't help it, but in my head, it's just, I know, how somebody just go through domestic violence so long and they're kind of like untouchable,
they're immune to it.
And then that happens and you like, how you let him get you? You know what I'm saying? Like,
she was probably just tired. You know how you just so tired, you just want to give up, and she wasn't thinking about it. Like, he the type of fool you gotta move away.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say that she was, say that this is her fault in any kind of way. It's just, I just wish things had went so different. Yeah, I really do. Mm-hmm. I really, really do. Mm-hmm. Like, I pray every day that time could just go back and just just play out different, because now I'm just lost,
So what would you like? What would you tell a woman right now that's in this situation that they're not speaking about it, they're timid about it, they're not coming out? What do you want to tell them?
I want to tell you to get up and get out. Mm-hmm. I want to tell you that God is bigger than the pain that you will feel when you leave. And God is bigger than the pain that you're feeling now. And God is greater than anything that you'll ever go through. So if you've gotten through it before, he's going to get you through better. You know what I mean? And I want you to know that you may feel worthless. You may not feel worthy. You may not feel like you're worth leaving. But I promise you, it's somebody out there. I don't even know you, but I care. Like, somebody is going to shed tears, because when it's too late, it's too late. And you can't think about it in the grave. It's too late. It's too late. My mom, I swear to y'all, if y'all could hear how many times it plays in my head every day. My mother used to tell me she does not want to die. She said, Tiara, we're too pretty to be in the grave. Tiara, I don't want a man to kill me. I just want to be loved. If y'all could please, if nobody else, do it for her. Please, and I know y'all don't know her, but the fact that she's not here and able to speak for herself, because if she was here, she would tell you it's not worth it. That love is not worth it. That love is not love. That love is not real. God is love. If you want to find love, find it in God first and let him send you who you need, because he don't make mistakes. We sometimes so quick to, we tired of laying by ourselves, and we tired of being alone, or God, I'm so lonely. God, I'm so this, I'm so that. God, what if I'm not worth this? Or God, he may change one day. But sometimes the way things work, sometimes God will put you in a situation to have to call on him. You know what I mean? And I just pray. I'm praying for anybody going through that situation. I'm praying strength right now in the name of Jesus for anybody who feel like they're too weak to get out, because you're not. In the name of Jesus, I'm praying for strength for anybody going through this situation. I'm praying for strength for the families right now, God. I'm sorry.
No,
No, you good. Do your thing, baby.
Yeah.
This is for you.
I get emotional. I get emotional because I feel the pain, man. It don't go away. It don't go away. It's only been a year and a half. And I tried to kill myself for 365 days straight. Being honest, I tried to kill myself a year straight. I used to wake up telling my ex, I don't feel like living no more. I just want my mama, because that was so selfish. And in all honesty, I want to throw this in too. Don't question God. Don't question God. Don't question God's doings. Don't question why God, why me. Don't question none of that. You just pray and you ask God for strength. And you get up and you face it. When I was abused by my ex-husband, I didn't have anywhere to go when I left. I didn't know what to do, but me and my children left because I refused to be another victim. I refuse, and that's the exact attitude that I'm praying over everybody who has that attitude. I pray it gets stronger. For those who are weak in that attitude, I pray it gets stronger. In the name of Jesus, I'm just praying for everybody right now that's going through it, even the men too, because y'all not a tip, you know. I'm praying for everybody right now. Like, it's hard. It's really, really hard. And I'm not saying it's easy to walk away, but just know that when you walk away, the freedom that you feel inside, not even outside, but inside, you know, it's a peace that you will never be able to explain. And I promise you, you will feel it. You just got to make that attempt to just get up and walk away. Just walk away.
Amen.
That's well
and
said.
Amen.
That was well said right there. So do you have any resources that people who's going through domestic violence situations can to either call on or go to, or make an anonymous 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 report or whatever, you know? Is any resources available that you know of right now?
They actually have a helpline for domestic violence. I don't know the number right off, okay, but I do know that if you look up the National Domestic Violence Crisis Center, I actually looked them up, and they're very good. They'll refer you to therapists if you need it. They'll refer you to shelters, and they'll refer you to.
Is there a cost to that or no?
You said, is it who you said?
A cost. Is it free, or is there a cost?
Oh, yeah, it's free.
Okay,
it's free.
Good. Okay.
Everything is free. Everything is going to be free. And they help you the same day. Like, they'll even pick you up if need be. All they're asking is the same thing that I asked, is that when you leave, you just don't go back.
Gotcha.
Right.
Gotcha.
I actually do have some information from the National Domestic Violence Hotline. So you would call 1-800-799-SAFE. That's 1-800-799-SAFE. And what that translates to is 1-800-799-7233. Or you can text START to 88788. That is text START to 88788. Please do not remain in silence. Do not suffer in silence. There is someone to help you. And
seriously.
Yeah.
Hey.
And even if y'all just want to talk, like, even if y'all got to contact me, I don't mind. Like, I talk to so many people throughout the day. At first, I kind of used to shut down, but I was like, maybe God is using me, you know, as a vessel to spread the word, to, you know, just let people know their value and let people know about domestic violence. So even if people would like to reach out to me or anything, I'm here.
Hey, I just wanted to say I whoop ass free of charge.
I love it.
Any abusers, people want ass whooped, just, you know, if it's out of town, I just pay for the travel costs, you know, maybe a meal or two. And, the actual ass whooping will be free of charge. To any abusers that, you know, people want to report.
Yeah,
but on a serious tip, I'm a very spiritual person, and you know, I've been that way for about a decade now. And when it comes to death, I'm a firm believer that our body is merely a vessel.
Absolutely.
And I don't believe that our souls go anywhere. I believe our souls protect us. I believe strongly in ancestry. and our ancestors protecting us. And I do believe your mother is still here.
Absolutely.
I do not believe she's gone. I believe she's holding you up and helping you be courageous through these moments. So, don't think of it as she's gone. She's definitely not. She's definitely ain't went nowhere.
No, she hasn't. No. Energy cannot be, cannot be destroyed.
And she's proud of you too. I'm sure she's proud of you for speaking out, and being strong and speaking out. Like
it was said, not to cut you off, but it was said that. A person dies in the last. What is it? A person dies in the last breath of the person who says their name. So you keeping your mother's memory alive is actually keeping her alive.
Yes, sir.
Her image and things of that sort. So keep definitely doing your thing and spreading the word. We definitely gonna pump you up as much as possible. Call, bug my wife, all you want, big fella, all of us. Even myself, anything that you need.
My new nickname gonna be ass whooper.
Yeah.
I'm about to pay for him. By the way, y'all, I sell. Just so you know, I'm with the shits t-shirts, and I think I'm gonna just go ahead and get big fella one.
Look, just go and get him a t-shirt.
Yeah, because he with the shits, ain't he? My God.
Ass whooping extraordinaire over here.
Yes. My goodness.
He gonna be ass whooping entertainment.
Yeah.
Hey, I just came from Texas now. Last weekend I was in Houston. I'm familiar with Texas. Don't make me slide over to Dallas now.
I'm trying to tell you, I love it. Hey, I tell you, everywhere you need to go in Dallas. Everywhere you need to go. I love Dallas.
Man.
Dallas got some great people. Great people.
Yeah, they
Right.
Yeah, man. I love how y'all are down there, man. Y'all actually speak to people.
Yeah. There's a lot of Southern hospitality down there.
Honestly, that's what I honestly love about it too, because we speak to people, and it ain't like the vibe, you know?
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah. It took me a nice little while. Detroit, we live very, very hard up here. So, I
heard.
Yeah.
I heard it's pretty hectic.
Yeah.
Somebody speak to you, they gonna say, "What you speaking to me for?"
Oh yeah, I said that a lot.
They ignorant up here.
Like, what you want, man?
I say that a lot.
When I was down there, what you want, man? What you need? No, just hey, how you doing? I'm fine.
Yeah, we so rah-rah up here that Jeezy love to be here because they love him. We with the shits up here. We rah-rah. You know what I'm saying? So Jeezy loves to come to Detroit.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But let us know where we can follow you, what you do, so they can check out for you and support you and all of that stuff. And
your handles, your IGs and all that stuff. Tell everybody where we can find you at.
Okay, well, my name on Facebook is Chosen Lady with 2 I's, Ladii, and then my Instagram is _something SUM Lika LIKA Blasian BLASIAN. I don't have a Twitter account at the moment, but it's coming.
You don't need no Twitter.
You got enough. Trust me. Let me tell you something. The more you add, the more you got to manage. Really, it's really best to focus on 1, maybe 2, and really grow them. You know what I'm saying? You start getting 4, 5, 6, 7, you're going to go crazy. Mm-hmm. Ain't that much posting and repurposing content in the world. So that's just my advice. But you know what? Feel free to come on our show again anytime. Check back in with us. You have my contact. I have yours. We appreciate you so much. Thank you for choosing the Porch Talk Podcast to share your story. We're sending our love and our condolences, and we will talk to you soon.
Okay, and I thank y'all so much for having me, and God bless y'all.
God bless you.
Too. God bless y'all.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
It's your honorary little sister, huh?
Ass whooper.
Honorary sister, man.
Well, y'all.
That was good. That's crazy.
This was an unfortunate event, but the way that she told the story and articulated things is something that everyone needs to hear.
Well, we need to bring her back definitely when the case is ongoing, and I know
definitely
ongoing.
When it's done.
Yeah, when it's done. Yeah,
you know what I mean. We need to bring her back for an update. That'd be beneficial. And probably at that time that we bring her back, probably have someone else who's struggling or going through those same situations, so she can kind of coach them.
That'd be good.
That'd be good.
You know, I mean, it's a lot of people that go through stuff like that, even online bullying and all that stuff. I mean, you today, everything is different. Abuse is different now. You know what I mean? It's so many things nowadays. You know, so you know, I'm glad we did have her on. You know, because it got me thinking about, you know, your story got me thinking about my sister. You know what I mean? And stuff that was going on with that. I for some odd reason, when we came up with this topic, I did not think about that at all. But you know, yeah, man, that was, you know, domestic violence situations in relationships, man. Oh boy, man, they take on a life of their own,
man.
You know, and it affects so many people. You know, you just think that you think that you really find out who you're in a relationship with when you get into trouble with that person. Then you find out, oh man, oh snaps. You know, you got brothers, you got daddy, mama, everybody.
When both of y'all anger on 10.
Yep. You find out then, like, oh snaps, here come daddy.
Man, you know,
deal with him.
One thing about this interview, it re-showed me or reiterated the fact that we are very connected. I mean, I could just feel that energy through the phone call. You know what I'm saying? I could feel all of those emotions through the phone call, and that was deep. And she's strong. She's strong to even do that, man. She
but
really
Dallas, oh my God, Dallas PD, man.
It always messes me up when somebody's crying and trying to talk when they're crying, because you could tell, like, everything was just, like, she couldn't take it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, she was trying to talk regular, but, you know, her emotions took over.
Yeah.
That always get me.
And then she got the kids, and my God.
Right, going through stuff. I mean, that's a strong woman right there,
you gotta cry on your kid's shoulder.
Yeah.
Like, you definitely defeated. Like, it definitely hurt you bad.
Yeah. But this is the reason why we need to really check in on our friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We need to really start to, you know, we got a habit of calling people and saying, "Hey man, what's wrong with you?" Instead of reading their body language, you know what I mean, and just giving them.
Because a lot of people don't want to tell you.
They don't want to tell you.
They don't want to say what's
you know
wrong.
what I mean? I mean, pain is crippling, you know, and not only that, but pain will silence you. It will shut your damn mouth up.
You know what?
You know what I mean?
You know what's crazy? I chat with about 15 guys every day, and I always give one of my friends, and I'm gonna say his name, Tim. I always give him props because he is the most transparent about what's going on with him in chat. Like, the majority of everybody else, they only say when something's good going on. Oh man, yeah, I got a new car. Oh man. But no, I want to know when something bad going on with you too, man. Yeah. And he'll be like, yeah, man, my foot flared up, my gout, you know, like
the gout, baby.
You know, but he say what's going on all the time with him, and that's important. Whether they know it or not, that's very important, because you never know. Like, you could be making somebody else want to open up. Yeah. You know, you can be informing your friends, because even if they're not able to help you, they can sympathize with you. That, you know, and I'm not saying you looking for your friends for that, but, you know, I don't care what anybody say, it's always good to know that somebody got your back, even a little bit.
Absolutely.
Even a little bit.
Absolutely. I can tell you with utter certainty that I don't know how I would be able to function in life if I didn't have my twin brother to talk to openly. You know, and then which kind of gives me pause when it comes to everybody else, because it's a realization that that's not something that you guys have.
Yeah, a lot of people ain't got that.
A lot of people don't have somebody to just be totally transparent with, you know, and that's a hell of a life to live alone. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, I would encourage people to be a little bit more open with each other. I mean, it's okay. It's okay to be vulnerable with each other.